Yo guys, what is up? It's Teach here, coming at you again with another video over on Scorched Earth, and I am going to show you in this one a really neat trick that you can use in order to get water anywhere on the entire map without needing a water source. And it's actually a really easy thing to do. You just need to know what to do. So anyways, if you don't mind, smash that like button, leave a comment below, and then consider subbing to the channel. Now anyways, let's get started. So it's a thing that people don't really pay attention to, but metal water tanks, or water tanks in general, they have two ways to fill themselves. One is via condensation, and the second way, other than condensation obviously, is to kind of attach them to each other. So naturally over time, these metal water tanks will fill themselves with water. So I have some here that have been sitting for a little while. I'm just going to go ahead and go into the be able to move mode, and you can see that each one of them has 5,000 or a certain amount of water in it. And then the ones on top I just placed in a line. I'm going to go ahead and place a few more down just so you can see what I'm talking about here. And essentially what's going to happen is condensation occurs, putting water slowly inside of these metal water tanks. Now, in order to kick this process off, you essentially have to, and you can see, by the way, there's the water coming out of the tap because it pulls from these guys. And so there's 5,000 in this one. So let's just give you an example, right? So there's 0 in that one, 0, 0, or 401. This row is 476. So the trick is actually to leave render range. Once you leave render range, it kind of kicks the, I don't know if you want to say, the condensation into effect. So what's going to happen is those barrels that we just placed over there, or those metal water tanks, are going to actually start to condensate water inside of themselves. Now, if someone is constantly rendered in, it will, over time, cause, water's still going to go into them, but over time it could cause a problem. But as long as someone is leaving that base on a pretty decently regular basis, and by that I mean like once every now and then, the render range, you should be good. So let's go ahead and head back over here, right? So on this side, you can see this one stayed at 0, this one's at 401, and sometimes it's just a visual glitch. This one is at 5,000. This one went up to 1,173. This one went up to 1,144. So this one doubled essentially. These over here, 677, 677. So you can see they are gaining water just because they get that condensation concept right now. It's pretty neat that that happens, and there are some areas that now you can see these are 677. It just took a second to register, but that is how it works. And even though we are in the middle, if you look in the bottom right side of my screen, it's a heat storm and a super heat storm, so we're hitting both of those at the same time. It's still pulling water. Now it's not going to change. It'll keep doing that as long as you leave base every now and then, and it doesn't matter whether they're stacked on top of each other or not. It's just something that these things do over time. They just gain water. Now, the one thing that I will warn you of is if you drink from this metal tap, it is going to drain however much water you take from this total. So because I have so many up there, so I've got like 20 or 30 up there right now, right? They're each having about 5,000, right? Yeah, 5,000 water in each one of those. So that means I have 50 drinks per me per thing. So do not continue to drink water out of it because it'll cause the metal water tap to actually drain from these. But each one of these can easily sustain a few plants because of the water they're able to offset. So basically, using this method, we don't actually need, and I'll leave render range one more time just so you can see what I'm talking about, right? We're now outside of render range again. So these can basically keep your plants up and running, which is a huge, huge, huge advantage. And people don't realize this, but you can also, with the, where is it? I had it, but with an indie cooker, they will also do the exact same thing. So if you leave, and every now and then they'll just continue to regenerate water. So you don't actually need a water source. You can actually just use this concept that I'm talking about right now in order to get that really, really awesome water to show up out of nowhere. Let's go ahead and go back right here and show you. So this one's at 667 still. That one's at 750 or 1700, 1700. 1800 for that guy, and then this one probably went up. Yep, it was just a render glitch right there. So 1200, 1300, and then this one's at 1314 and 1301. So you can see that they are going up. And no, I've got no water providing anything to them. They're not irrigated, as you can see, and they just gain that water and you can drink out of them. So hopefully this is something. Now if you have a larger tribe, you want like a wall of these probably, and that'll sustain your tribe without having to run water across the entire map. but it does work. So anyways, definitely use this strategy and hopefully it helps you out. But other than that, teach.